Hare Krishna. By the blessings of Shri Shri Radha Madan Gopal, Shri Shri Lalita Vishakha Sakhi, Shri Shri Gaurnita, Shri Prabhupada and Gurudev, we are discussing the same topic which we have discussed previously. So, short poem is as follows: tongue, belly, genital are in a straight line. Those who control this becomes divine. So everybody has to become divine, and everybody wants to become divine. So by controlling these three things which I have mentioned in the, actually not these only three things, there are remaining, there are three more things to be controlled. In Upadeshamrut, the first verse is as follows: Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jiva vegam, udar upastha vegam, etan vegan suvishet dhirat, sarvam apimam prithvim sashishat. So those who can control these six forces, tongue, belly, genital, talking, and anger and mind, then he will become divine. So we see that in life of Prabhupada, we call Prabhupada as his divine grace. So why we call divine grace? Because he received the grace of Lord Krishna by controlling all these things. So the same nectar of devotion, we last time discussed regarding the story from Pingla, that one can be considered as controlled person if he controls the tongue. And in that, Pingla says that even if we control all the senses of the body, including the mind, but if one fail to conquer the tongue, then he is not called as a conqueror. Rather than he will be called as a loser. And we see that Pingla Avadut Brahman says in that shloka that even if one fast to control the tongue, but next day the tongue demands more, and we practically see that we experience during our Nirjala Ekadashi. The next day we eat more than daily what we eat on a daily basis. So we discuss about eating habit of the tongue. Now today we are discussing the talking habit, or talking. The tongue want to talk, or we engage tongue in talking. So talking, if we are not talking Krishna conscious topics, then it is very harmful for our devotional progress. So in Upadeshamrut, the next shloka, Rupa Goswami tells about the talking. In first verse, first verse, Vacho vegam manasa, he also discusses about the talking. But in next verse, he precisely says that Atyahara prayasascha prajalpo niyamagraha janasangasya laulyamcha shadvir bhakti vinashriti. So out of these six things, we are now focusing on only prajalpa, because prajalpa is related to tongue only. Prajalpa means speaking what is not connected with Krishna. So in that purport, Srila Prabhupada speaks about what is prajalpa. So I will directly read from the Srila Prabhupada's purport on the second verse of Nectar of Instruction. Another impediment is prajalpa, unnecessary talking. When we mix with a few friends, we immediately begin unnecessary talking, sounding just like a croaking toad. If we must talk, we should talk about Krishna consciousness movement. Those outside of Krishna conscious movement are interested in reading heaps of newspapers, magazines, novels, solving crossword puzzles, and doing many other nonsensical things. In this fashion, people simply waste their valuable time and energy. In the Western countries, old men retired from active life play cards, fish, watch television, debate about useless socio-political schemes. All these are other frivolous activities are included in the prajalpa category. Intelligent person interested in Krishna consciousness should never take part in such activities. So those who are intelligent should not take part in discussing topics which are not concerned with or connected with Krishna. And in second canto, we see that Shukdev Goswami also tells about the effect of prajalpa. So in second canto, third chapter, 20 verse, Shukdev Goswami tells, Bilo batur urukrama vikramaniye na shunavata karnaputasya narasya jiva sati dardure kevasuta no chopagayanti urugaya gatha. So in translation, Prabhupada writes, one who has not listened to the message about the prowess and marvelous acts of personality of Godhead and has not sung or chanted loudly the worthy song about the Lord is to be considered to possess air holes like the holes of snake and tongue like the tongue of a frog. So Shukdev Goswami describes tongue like a frog. The frog, when rainy seasons comes, frog makes so much noise. And what the making of such noise, he invite snake and the cause of his death. So those who are speaking nonsense, they invite their death prematurely. That's why we should not speak things which are not connected to Krishna. It is austerity actually not to speak any topics not related to Krishna, because we are habituated to speak the topics which are not connected to Krishna. From our birth to death, we speak only about topics which are not connected to Krishna. Our education and everything in social life, our friend circle, our relatives, in office, at home, we generally don't discuss topics related to Krishna. That's why our tongue is habituated to not speak about Krishna. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, also there is one verse regarding who discuss the topics about those who are not devotees. They are interested in talking about the woman and sex, and those who are devotees, they are only interested in speaking about the Krishna related topics. So the verse is like that. Satamayam sarabhutam nisargo yadartham vani shuti chetasamapi pratikshanam navavad achyutasya yat striya vitanam ivasadu varta. This is verse in 10th canto, 13th chapter, verse number is 2. The translation is, Paramhansas, the devotees who have accepted the essence of life, are attached to Krishna in the core of their heart, and He is the aim of their lives. It is their nature to talk only of Krishna at every moment, as if such topics were newer and newer. They are attached to such topics just as materialistic people are attached to the topic of woman and sex. So devotee means he should be attached to topics connected to or concerned to Krishna, otherwise he is not devotee. So materialistic is attached to talk about woman and sex, so devotee is attached to talk about Krishna. So this is the symptom of a pure devotee. And why he wanted to discuss about Krishna? Because he feels that these topics are newer and giving so much joy, bliss, energy. That's why he always wanted to speak and talk about Krishna. So that's why we should, as our heart become purer and purer, we get more nourishment and we get more happiness after talking about Krishna. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says about the austerity of the tongue. So it is very difficult to do this austerity. Austerity of the mind is very simple. Austerity of the tongue is difficult than the austerity of the body, and higher than the austerity of the tongue is austerity of the mind. So this is a sequence how it goes in Bhagavad Gita, Adhyay 17, chapter 17. The verse is as follows. Everyone knows about this verse. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyam hitam chayat स्वाध्याय अभ्यासनम चैव वाङ्मय तप उच्यते. So this is the austerity for the tongue. What is austerity? Austerity of speech consists of speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others, and also in regularly reciting Vedic literatures. So in purport, Srila Prabhupada speak, one should not speak in such a way as to agitate the minds of others. Of course, when a teacher speaks, he can speak the truth for the instruction of his student. But such a teacher should not speak those who are not his student, if he will agitate their mind. This is a penance as far as talking is concerned. Beside that, one should not talk nonsense. The process of speaking in spiritual circles is to say something upheld by the scriptures. One should at once quote from scriptural authority to back up what he is saying. At the same time, such talk should be very pleasurable to hear. So, the penance of speech or the penance of tongue, what we speak must be authorized by the scriptures, otherwise we should not speak. So what will happen if we can't speak topic related to Krishna? Then our energy will go down, our enthusiasm in Krishna consciousness will go down. So that's why we have to control this speaking ability, or what we can say, the talking things which are not related to Krishna. Otherwise we will not become divine. So if we want to become divine, we have to control the tongue regarding eating also and regarding speaking also. That's why in Rupa Goswami Pad in NOD he says that one has to control first this sense. What? Tongue. The verse is as अतः श्री कृष्ण नामादि न भवेद ग्राह्यम इंद्रिये सेवन मुखे ही जीवादो स्वयं एतस्फुरत्यादा. So अतः श्री कृष्ण नामादि, जो name of Krishna is very pure, Shri Krishna नामादि न भवेद ग्राह्यम इंद्रिये, so we cannot capture his pure name. अतः श्री कृष्ण नामादि न भवेद ग्राह्यम इंद्रिये सेवन मुखे ही जीवादो. When we engage our tongue in tasting Krishna Prasad and topics and speaking the topics related to Krishna, na bhavet grahyam indriya sevan mukhe jivado swayam eva spuratyada. So automatically we can realize about everything about Krishna consciousness. So first we have to engage our tongue in eating prasadam and speaking the topics related to Krishna. Then only we can become divine. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. We'll meet tomorrow with I think so same our short poem. Hare Krishna.